Having a garage gym is a dream that I've had for like 6 months. The first step was to get a power rack. I got that on Facebook Marketplace. Came with the power rack, a bench, a bar, and 270 pounds of weights. I got that for $100. The next step I thought was the most important was to put some rubber flooring in the gym or the garage, because when I would do squats, I felt like my feet weren't stable, my garage floor was a little slippery, and I was too nervous to do deadlifts because I didn't want to damage the plates that I had restored or damage the concrete floor in my garage. So in this video, let's put some rubber mats in the garage. The obvious first step is to clean off the floor where I'm going to put the mats and then drag those suckers in. They're about 100 pounds a piece, so they're a little bit difficult to move around. As I showed you in the open, I got them for a little less than 50 bucks a piece. They were actually on sale at Baumgart's for $54.99. When I got them in there, the door jamb from inside of the house coming into the garage made this weird little gap, and I could have just cut the corner off of the mat, but I'm not sure this is their permanent home. So I measured a board, took it to my miter saw, and cut it to the length that I needed. Then I ripped it on my table saw to fit the right gap, the same depth as that door jamb. Then next I'm going to put it in its place, but the board is a little bit thicker than the mats, so it gave this little gap. So when I would put my power rack on top of it, it wouldn't sit even. So we sent it through the planer, and after that it fit in just nice. I didn't show you putting it in there, but there it is, flush. And then I'm not real certain that I cared too much about the aesthetics of this garage gym, but I went ahead and painted the board black. And you might notice that this board is a little bit shorter. I made a brain fart. If my dad were to ask me what I was thinking, I would say, apparently I wasn't thinking, but here's a glamour shot where I did some cross hatching, or I just, made a little pattern on the board. Because there's a honeycomb on top of the mats, I thought it might flow a little nicer. But got that thing stuck in there. If you're considering getting horse stall mats for your home gym, I suggest that you purchase all of what you need at the same time, and also maybe take a tape measure with you, because one of the mats that I bought in this go round was a little bit smaller than the rest of them. So check and make sure that they're all the same size. Gave the mat a little wiggle so I could get the gaps the way I wanted them to be, and I was having a lot of difficulty getting the gap closed. That's what I'm showing you here. So we headed to Menards to find some mending plates, and I gave you a little map in case that your Menards looks exactly the same as mine. You can go find them as well. Once I had them in the gym, all that's left to do is place them and hammer them home. I did a lot of hammering, and I sped this up so you wouldn't have to see too much of it. And then to get them real tight, you hammer the edges of them and then go back to hammering the mending plates. I think this is going to work out well, and I'll feel a little bit safer when I'm doing deadlifts. My son is really excited about this area because, as you'll see later, he's going to be involved in this place too. Once I got the power rack in its place, I noticed that on accident, because I had the garage door opener in my pocket, that when the garage door opens or closes, it would hit the power rack. So I had to move it about a ½ inch away from the wall, and then smooth as butter, went right past it. Then you may have thought that we're only putting 2 in there, but we're putting 4, so that this area can be 8 foot by 12 foot. We're gonna have a decent little gym area in my tiny little garage that only has a 7-foot ceiling. Once we get 2 more in there, it's all about more mending plates and more hammering. Like I said earlier, I don't care too much about the aesthetics, so the gaps between the mats, the way it looks, isn't as big a deal to me, as I don't want to get a lot of junk stuck in there, a lot of dust, because I'm also going to do a little bit of woodworking in this shop, so I don't want too much dust to collect in these gaps. Here I'm showing you the final product as of now, so you can go ahead and judge me. Last step is to sweep it off so that we can give you a glamour shot, or kind of show you how the gym is shaping up so far. I only have a few pieces, but this is what we're working with, and that's what I was telling you about. My kid's going to be involved. This little rack at the very end, I made that DIY power rack for my 4-year-old. Let me know what you think of this video. Too short, too long, whatever the case. Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching.